Always having to have the ability to pivot. My patients pay $200 a month, and I'm not trying to price gouge them, but I need to make a living. I need to remain competitive. How do I do that? Well, there's a program around it, a concierge type business, because they're getting way more than just TRT. I help them with weight loss. I help them with sports performance. I help them with their metabolic health. I can step in and help these patients maintain an amazing value. And they're happy to pay that price. The GLP-1 medications are amazing. They're incredible. They're really, really good. They were very, very expensive. They were never, ever going to stay that expensive, ever. And I think, honestly, that's kind of a good thing for the most part. Like, most of these things end up becoming commoditized at some point. And what I mean by that is they end up just, dropping to the lowest price possible. And then they start competing around pricing. A newer weight loss medication is bound to come out at some point that's going to smoke both of those two. And that'll be really expensive, right? It'll just be iterations of that forever and ever and ever. So that being said, for those of you who maybe own weight loss clinics, or maybe like a huge chunk of your income or revenue is coming in from weight loss, I get it. It's a little intense, but hey, we've been riding that roller coaster for years now. And this is why I'm biased, but this is why I'm such a big fan of having something like HRT, if you're a clinic owner, as kind of the backbone, right? This is why aesthetics in a lot of ways is successful in some ways, because it's very clear what they offer and what they do. And there's a procedure around that as well. So there's lots of money to be made there. It ain't easy, but there's a lot of money to be made. HRT is the same way. Now, frankly, HRT is totally commoditized, right? I mean, testosterone doesn't cost $7,000. A vial of testosterone costs what? Maybe at the most $60 from like a retail pharmacy. If you're using insurance, you might get it for free, maybe $20, $30. It's totally commoditized. It's not expensive. Now, I don't have my patients pay just $60 and a $100 appointment fee. My patients pay $200 a month. And I'm not trying to price gouge them, but I need to make a living, and I need to make sure that I'm doing my best for them too. I need to remain competitive. How do I do that? Well, there's a program around it. It's not just like a transactional thing. Here, let me prescribe your TRT. Where would you like to pick it up? No, that's a commodity business. I don't want to be in that business. I want to be in a business of service, a concierge type business, if you will, right? I want to be in a business where I'm helping people globally improve their health and their life. So is testosterone replacement therapy a part of that? Absolutely. It's a big part of that. It's a great part of that. And it's tried and true. It's safe. It's here to stay. I mean, anything could happen, but frankly, if TRT goes away tomorrow, like, we got a lot of other problems to worry about. Okay. So I like to make sure that my businesses they have a foundation of something that's here to stay. Okay. Whether that's commoditized or not, doesn't really matter to me. I just want to make sure that this thing is rock solid. And I think HRT is very much that. It's been that way for a very long time. Now, will HRT continue to evolve? Absolutely. And I have to evolve with that. Could it turn into this idea that, HRT as we know it is totally different in 10 years? Absolutely. We just need to pivot with that. If it gets cheaper, so to speak, then great. Either I follow that trend and might lower my prices, and now I just need to get more patients coming in the door, or do I go the opposite direction and say, well, how do I add more value? How do I ensure that my patients are happy to continue paying this much? Because they're getting way more than just TRT, right? I talk about vitamins and supplements. I help them with weight loss. I help them with sports performance. I help them with their metabolic health. I help them with, autoimmune diseases like ulcerative colitis. Like, there's all kinds of different things that I can step in and help these patients with, and maintain an amazing value. And they're happy to pay that price. So for weight loss, the same thing. Look, patients are going to ask all the time, well, look, can I just get tirzepatide for $300 from TrumpRx? Well, you could, but first of all, good luck doing that. Right? I mean, like, seriously, good luck doing that. Is Eli Lilly and all these guys, are they going to be able to keep up? I don't know, maybe. But what if they can't? Or what if you need a compounded dose, a dose that is very specific, and they only provide these doses? What if you want more hand-holding? What if you want to make sure that you're getting your weight checked every week, and that you're following trends, and that your metabolism is improving, that you're not losing too much muscle mass. And right, so all these things now that I can say, look, I get that, but my program is whatever, through, instead of whatever, $600 a month, maybe it's $500 a month. Like, it doesn't matter. Just know that there's much more to this than me writing you a prescription for weight loss. And there always will be. You can also always take the other approach, which is just, hey, look, if you don't feel like going that direction, well, fine. I'll lower my price. Maybe my margins get a little bit tighter, but I can just crank the volume up. Start seeing more patients. Owning a business is, always having to have the ability to pivot. You have to stay abreast on these things. You have to understand that there is this whole world outside of your business, and it's going to react politically, socioeconomically, and we have to be prepared for those things. And we're not always going to be 100% prepared. Even if that's the case, you're a business owner and you have people relying on you, and you have to be able to be creative enough to say, hey, okay, this has happened. Ouch, that hurt. What can I do about this? Okay. So if most of my revenue is coming from weight loss, and I'm seeing this Trump RX thing coming through, well, maybe I should focus more on HRT. And weight loss is kind of this side thing. It doesn't make me all my money, but I make good money with it, and I help a ton of patients with that. Fantastic. That's the way I set my clinic up, because I never want to get the rug pulled out from under me, like so many of my unfortunate colleagues have had with weight loss, when all of a sudden they take away the ability to get, weight loss from a, 503A pharmacy or 503. I always mix the two up. Okay, no big deal. That didn't affect me at all. I never got it from there because I knew that was never going to stick around. I knew that, that these big pharma companies were going to come after compounders. So, again, when we got the hit of like, oh my gosh, I don't know if we'll be able to prescribe these things anymore, I was good. I was okay. It wasn't going to destroy my business in any way, shape, or form. I had HRT as a backbone, and I still do some, functional medicine-ish stuff as well. And I can always bring that back on much heavier. If weight loss totally tanked and went away tomorrow, it would not affect me dramatically. So I want you to start thinking about how you can make sure that you've built I've heard it described as like a moat. I like that analogy. Like if you have a castle and you have a little ring of water around, it's called a moat. That kind of moat. How do I protect myself? How do I insulate myself is another way to think about it, right? How do I protect myself from the things that are going on out there as best I can? I know there's always going to be times where something can breach that moat, or maybe the insulation gets a little faulty in some areas. But at the end of the day, I can weather that storm and make it out on the other side okay. So let me pitch to you HRT. HRT is fantastic. It's tried and true. It's been around forever. It's super, super safe. It ain't going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, it seems like it's becoming more and more of a thing that's here to stay. I think a lot of patients are really interested in it, right? GLPs are great, but look, it's not going to take menopause away. You're still going to go through that. You're going to be left without any estradiol. You're going to have brain fog. You're going to feel miserable. It's not going to take andropause away. It's not going to, take your testicles and turn them back into what they were when you were 20. Those things are happening. Might happen now, might happen later, but it's happening. I mean, practically speaking, here's another great thing. Everybody in the world needs HRT. Now, they might not feel like they need to. That's fine. But every single person at some point is going to hit an age where they don't feel as good as they used to. And what do we know about HRT? Well, it's safe. It's globally recognized as something that can decrease all-cause mortality based on the literature, that can improve quality of life. That's a no-brainer to me. Can it be used for men and women? Yes. So it's not just gender specific. Can it and will it improve every single person's life? Absolutely. Absolutely. They don't all have to take it. But GLP-1s, I mean, they're not for literally everybody. Many patients don't need to lose any weight at all. Sure, there are some other things that we can use it for, and I love that about GLP-1s. I'm not disparaging GLP-1s or those of you in weight loss, but like, I just want you to recognize that, like, It's a little bit more niche. Are there going to be other weight loss things that come out? Yes, absolutely. No one has a patent on HRT. They can't really take that away from us like they could or have attempted to, these big pharma companies, taken away from compounders, which I think they're going to not be able to do that either. But like, there's just not all that what if, the risks, right? Can I limit some of these risks? Now, I still want to make a leverage point. I want to be able to provide other services. And if those other services have amazing margins, well, I'll absolutely take advantage of that. That's great. And I think that's very smart as a business owner. I think we should be doing things that help generate revenue. Thank you so much for checking out this clip and tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. If you really liked it, I definitely recommend that you click here to watch the whole entire video where I go into much more detail. Thank you again for joining, and I'll see you there.